Hello, how is everyone? How has your last week been? Sorry, I was just closing the door there. Little squeaky squeak. I'm getting very confused just now, and I'll tell you why. So, I'm kind of like living in the moment. Well, a mix of living in the moment, working in the moment, but also working in the future. Because, as you all know, I record each episode either the Tuesday or the Wednesday before it goes out on the Wednesday night. Unless I've got a guest on and they need to pre-record it. But even at that, it's normally the weekend before at the very earliest. You know what I mean? But I'm recording episodes just now that start on the 22nd of December 2024 and they go all the way up to the 5th of January 2025. I'm in the future and I've got to the point now where I sit down to record a podcast and I'm like, what day am I on? Am I today? Am I tomorrow? Am I next week? Am I next year? That situation is not good for A, Aileen, B, blonde Aileen, and C, I just don't know. It's just not good for anybody. It's not good for I don't even know. Listen, I'm rambling. Anyway, it's just all fun and jokes. It's funny. I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. Living my best life. Doing what I've always wanted to do. And hopefully you are all enjoying the journey. I mean, I'm sitting here earlier on. I was sitting here earlier on, at my desk, doing some work, making some calls, doing some counselling and coaching and whatever else. But in the back of my head, I'm always thinking about what am I doing next? What am I doing on the podcast? What's this? What's that? What's the next thing? Because I like things to be organised and planned when it comes to my work life. My personal life is completely different. That is very chaotic. There is no rhyme nor reason to my personal life. So yeah, I was sitting thinking, I was like, I don't think I'm going to make this one about Christmas at all. I think I'm going to not touch on Christmas purely because the Christmas episodes come out on Sunday, so that's how many days away? It's only a few. What day are we on? Wednesday? 1, 2, 3. It's only 4 days away. You don't need me talking about Christmas all the time, do you? Or do you? Who is very Christmassy? Oh, there, see, I'm already on it. I'm doing a poll about Christmas. I just said I wasn't going to talk about Christmas. Then I'm like, who loves Christmas? Who's the bah humbug? I've got, in my house, we've got our tree up. The first year in a few years that we've managed to get it up before my son's birthday, which is this Saturday. And I've bought a couple of different decoration type things. So I went a wee bit Grinchy theme, and it's a wee joke because just a wee joke. It's a wee joke. If you've seen that video, you know what I'm talking about. My oldest son, who normally loves Christmas and things like that, he gets quite excited about it because he has to wait all year for Christmas and birthday to come at the one time. He's just not playing the game this year. He just does not want to discuss it at all. He's not into it. But whereas my older one, who's normally like, whatever, because he's kind of at that age where he's kind of grown out of the Christmas thing, but he doesn't have kids yet to be excited again. He's like, oh, buzzing for Christmas, can't wait. What are we doing? And he's like going 100 mile an hour trying to talk about it. So I've went Grinch themed. We got new Christmas stockings for the two boys. They're Grinch and they're hanging on the wall because I don't have a fireplace. Soz anybody that's going to come at me. I have bought them Grinch Santa hats and I've got a Grinch plaque and everything. So I bought the stockings and the plaque first. Then I bought, what are they called? The Santa hats. and I got in trouble. I was told that I have to calm down with the will you calm down with that Grinch Christmas stuff? No, was my response. You can't stop me. I am your mother. You listen to me. Am I getting any better at singing? No. Just pacify me, please. Would you, anybody like to say that I mean, I don't need you to tell me that I'm like Sandra? Who's Sandra? Alexandra Burke, or what's her face? What's her name? Her that sings 5 more nights on my own. What's her name again? I can't remember. I mean, I don't need you to tell me I'm like that. I know I'm not a Whitney Houston, and I know I'm not a Jihad, but surely I'm better than the Cheeky Girls. We are the Cheeky Girls. So, what have you got planned for the week leading up? Might as well just talk about it. We've started on it. We've started it. Have you all got your tree up? Have you all got your decorations up? Anybody not doing it this year? Did anybody still get theirs up for 2020? Because I know there is people out there that do. There's one person that I watch online. I think it's on Facebook. I don't watch her a lot, but I do watch her now and again. And I don't think she ever takes her tree down. I'm sure she's one of the ones that still got her tree up from 2020, and I'm sure she said that before. I could not be doing with that. See, the thing is, right, I think sometimes when you've got your decorations up, and for all it looks nice, sometimes it can make the house look a bit more cluttered, because I don't live in a big fancy house. I live in a wee 2-bedroom flat, so we don't have a lot of space. Don't get me wrong, the rooms are decent sizes, apart from the bathroom, but you get used to what's in each room, don't you? So you get used to your table, your sofas, and your maybe a sideboard or coffee tables, your TV unit, whatever it might be, and then you add something else in, and it changes the look of the house. So you start to think, oh, this place is looking a wee bit cluttered or a wee bit untidy. Then you've got the opposite side of it when you take everything down and you think, oh, here, wait a minute, this place looks empty again. Yeah, it's weird. It's funny how the mind works, isn't it? So, I am taking my mother out Christmas shopping tonight. Did I tell you that? I don't know if I told you or if I said it on live, because I was on, TikTok live about half an hour before I came on, and then I had to make a couple of calls, so I had to come off. Yeah, I'm taking my mum shopping tonight, but because she's Helen, and she's had a few health issues this year, she walks too slow for me. I don't do shopping. Doesn't matter if it's a Monday, a Thursday, a Sunday, a Saturday, or whatever day of the week it is. I do not do shopping. I don't care if it's for your birthday, for your dinner, or for your Christmas. I don't do shopping. I just hate shopping. So she's been told she's getting put in that wheelchair. I am not walking 2 miles an hour, and we are zooming about the place and back out again as quick as possible. See this crowded nonsense at Christmas. Oh, no, not for me. Thanks. Not today. Not today. Can't be doing with it. But saying that, Christmas Eve, I will be out of here at 8 o'clock in the morning, because it happens every year. I think on the eve of Christmas Eve, or even the eve of 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 Christmas Eve, I think I'm organised. Then reality kicks in. I've either forgot someone, forgot something, I just wish I could forget myself sometimes. But yeah, so I always realise that, and then have to go out. So I'm normally up on Christmas Eve, I'm up about 5 or 6. Get ready, get organised, get the boys sorted, as in make sure there's food in for them and whatever else, and then 7:30, 8 o'clock, I'm out that door, sitting waiting for the shops to open, to get all my stuff, and I can be home for lunchtime while everybody else is just starting to go out. I quite enjoy that, being organised, disorganised, weirdo person. So yeah, I know that's going to happen, and I'm fully for it. I don't mind going out at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning when there's nobody else out. And to be fair, I always write my wee list. It's the only time I write a list is Christmas Eve. Write my list of what I need to get, what shops I need to go to, in order, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. And then I'm back. I'm back home, like, ta-da! Wonder if Santa will bring me that button this year. So yes, that is as good as my Christmases are leading up to Christmas gets. I'll probably be out, well, I say out every day, but I'll be out most days recording podcasts, or I'll be in the house recording podcasts, because I can't do any on Saturday because it's a birthday. Tomorrow I'm in all day because I know I need to wait for a parcel coming for myself. Friday we've got birthday cake getting delivered on Friday morning, so we'll be in for that, and potentially all day Friday. Then Saturday we're going to the cinema, go out for something to eat, just lounge about the house, watch DVD. Well, in saying that, you might not want to watch it because of what he's getting for his birthday. And then Sunday it will be blue is fly mode. From then on in, I will be trying to see what I've got, what I've not got, food shopping. I mean, I should really have done my food shopping by now, but hey ho, haven't. Just having a wee look through my wee list here, to make sure I've not forgot anything that I was going to tell you. So this week, in fact, do you know what? I'm abandoning ship, not the podcast. I'm abandoning my list of what I was going to talk about today. I've just decided to talk about something else, which is very on point for Aileen, isn't it? On brand. That's what I do. I decide to talk. I get everything prepared to talk about one thing, and then decide I'm going to talk about something else. I mean, I wasn't even going to talk about Christmas, and here we are. We're 12 minutes and 37 seconds in, and I think all I've talked about is Christmas. So I think I've potentially said to you before that January, the first couple of days in January, usually New Year's Day or the 2nd, I start making my 12-month plan. And it can be about my personal life, work life, business life, anything to do with life. But when I start doing things like that, if it's to do with business and personal, then I tend to write two different lists, because it can be very overwhelming and you can get lost. I can. Not saying you can. I can. Because we've established I'm very blunt. Yeah, so you can get lost in that sort of motion. But I have started doing my 12-month plan. Not even my 12-month plan. Started writing a new business plan. Not for a new business, but for what I want to add to my business, how I want to relay my business in 2025, how I would like to see the business grow in 2025, what I would like to work on more, what I wouldn't work on as much, what doesn't need worked on as much, all these kind of things. And I do think it's good to do that, and it doesn't have to be a 12-month plan. You can do 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 5 year. Everybody's different, and you do what works for you. For me personally, 12-month plan works, but I do check in with it throughout the year in case I need to adapt to anything, because maybe something's become unrealistic or needs tweaked a wee bit. Maybe I've done something sooner than I thought I was going to do, so maybe I would like to add something else in. These kind of things. So yeah, if you, regardless of whether it's for your business or for your personal life, if you would want help going forward in 2025, remember that I do offer the coaching service. It can be life coaching, it can be wellness coaching, it can be business coaching, anything at all. And it doesn't matter what size your business is or how old your business is, if it's even up and running yet. I mean, start-up business, you potentially need a bit more support than others, but then you've got the flip side where a business might be going for 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, and it's kind of hit a brick wall and not sure how you can revamp it up a wee bit. So every business is going to need some sort of support throughout. or over time. So don't ever be afraid to say, I'm just a startup and I need a wee bit of help. Don't know where to go, don't know how to do this, don't know how to do that. That's the whole point of business coaches. Also, how are you supposed to know how to do something or where to look for something if you've never done it before? Does that make sense? And just because you don't know where to look or where to start or whatever else doesn't mean to say that your dream can't become reality, because it very much can. Now, as I've said, and as we've established over the last, how many months? 5 months? 6 months? 4 months? Whenever June was, Aileen's a bit unique. Listen, I'm bigging myself up here by saying unique. And Aileen probably wings a lot of her life. She muddles by. People do wonder how I'm still alive at the grand old age of 40 something. See what I've done there? And I do also wonder how I'm still thriving, still this amazing. I can't say that with a straight face, sorry. But listen, I always succeed. I always manage. I always find a way. There is a route for every journey. My journey just takes a few extra roundabouts than everybody else's, and that's absolutely fine. That's the way I like it. Who really wants life to go so smoothly that you don't have to question anything and you don't learn? Do you know what I mean? I mean, I'm still learning about men. we joke. Sorry all men, I'm not meaning anything bad against you, I just don't understand you. I'm kidding on, because you all say you don't understand us, so this is payback. No, I'm kidding. But I told you, don't know how many episodes ago, that when I was 18, I wanted to start my first business. And I went to go and speak to the bank manager, and I went to go and get the information. Then I got a boyfriend, and that went out the window, as they say. I still had that aspiration that I wanted to do it, but he was a different kind of boyfriend. I mean, he was a boyfriend, and I did love him and everything, but not necessarily the kind of boyfriend you want for your daughters or your sons. We'll just say that. So yeah, that was an experience that I will share with you one day, just not today, because we're not putting any doom and gloom on Christmas. So yeah, that kind of get put on the back burner for me. Then there was also Party Aileen. Party Aileen loved life. Party Aileen is still hiding inside Aileen somewhere. She's just not got the hips anymore. No, I just don't have the time or the energy to... Oh, sorry, forgot to put my phone on silent again. Just don't have the time or the energy or the hips to be partying as much these days. I mean, I was out for a Thursday night right through to a Monday morning. Left work on a Thursday. I mean, I still went into work every other day, but in between times when I wasn't at work, I was partying. So yeah, so we had the boyfriend, then we had the Party in Aileen, although Party in Aileen did start at 12-year-old. That's by the by. We'll not incriminate ourselves here. I forgot to turn the other phone on silent, sorry. Yeah, so we went through our party phase, we went through our boyfriend phase while also partying, and then a couple of years down the line had a baby. Then it was basically thriving to survive, I suppose. You done whatever you done to survive because you were a single parent, and that's absolutely fine. You do you, I done me, saying nothing. Still partied, just not as much. My party phase didn't stop until maybe 10 years ago or something, I don't know, but my party phase kind of stopped because I had to due to family circumstances. But anyway, that's that. And then we went from party phase to business head went back on. So gave up my job. By the way, don't necessarily give up your job to start your business. It's very hard. But we can talk through that, and we can talk through the options. There is ways, and it can work for you as long as you've got enough money coming in to pay your bills and put food on the table and keep a roof over your head. If you can afford to do that and give up your job, yeah. But there's one side of business where you have to put all your passion and all your effort into it, and you have to be very headstrong. You have to be very confident and be assured that this is something that people want. This is a business that is needed, and that you have the knowledge for it. So that's part of it. But yeah, so I went into business mode, and I've kind of been in business mode ever since, and obviously had one business, and then due to health that closed down. But before it closed down, I retrained, because I quite like being my own boss. In fact, I love it. I'm my own boss in my personal life and my work life. It's bloody amazing. I would recommend, but that's another wee joke, sorry. So yeah, if you have a passion to be in business, because you need a passion, because it's very, very hard, especially your first 5 years, at least 5 to 10 years can be some of the hardest years. There's going to be tears, there's going to be snotters, there's going to be sweat, there's going to be tantrums, there's going to be a bit of everything. There's going to be worry, there's going to be nights you won't sleep, especially when it's time for tax returns and to pay the tax man. Yeah, so it's a roller coaster of emotions, and you have to be very headstrong to survive in business. But yeah, if it's something that you want to do, I would recommend, but also say you need to get help and support. And I did get support and get help along the way as well, from business advisors and whatever else. Nobody is going to know 100% about business. Like, I've coached people who you maybe say, right, okay, we've got you to the point that you wanted me to get you to, but I'm always here if you need any more help or support. And sometimes, not always, very rarely actually, you'll get the very, very odd person that will say, it's alright, I know everything. And you just sit there and you think, okay. But a little silent pause. Because nobody knows everything. I don't know everything. Somebody that's been in business for 50 years doesn't know everything, because things are always changing. Things are always evolving. There's always going to be something that you've not done yet, and it could be the tax return, or it could be that you're looking for a different commercial space, but you've never looked for commercial space before. So how do you know that you're not getting ripped off? How do you know that you're putting everything in place that you need to put in place for that commercial place? How do you know that you're abiding by all the rules if you don't know where to go to look for the rules? There is so much in business that you learn every day. I have been in business for, where are we? We're getting into 2015, so almost 12 years. I started my, 2013. Because I went in for an operation in 2012, and then I started, that kind of gave me the realisation that now's the time. So 2013, I started my first business, and yeah, I've been going ever since. And yeah, there's been some really crappy years where people aren't necessarily spending the money, but you've still got bills to pay. There's going to be some times of the year where you'll bring in more money than others, and it's all down to what your business is offering or what you're selling. Will depend on usually what time of year is busy for you. Like, Obviously Christmas trees, people selling Christmas trees, they're raking it in the now, pardon the pun. But then if you're selling Easter eggs, you might not be as busy yet, but I do know that Easter eggs do come out on Boxing Day, so be prepared. They'll be out soon. Give it a week and they'll be in the shops. So that's just a wee example. But yeah, I've been in business for 14 years. No, that's a pure lie. I can't count. 12 years, coming up 12 years. It's because I've seen the 4 there for 2024. I've been in business for almost 12 years. And I'm still learning. Still learning every day. Still winging it to an extent. I mean, I do know what I'm doing. Sometimes. Aileen knows Aileen best, okay? Aileen has lived with Aileen for 40 something years. Aileen was starting to think yesterday that she was, oh no, I can't tell you that, that's for another podcast, I'll tell you next week. Nearly gave away a wee story that that's in one of next week's podcast. I can't tell you that just now because it's, yeah, that'll keep you on your toes, won't it? Come back for more. Stay tuned. What does Aileen think about Aileen? What does Aileen think's happening in the future? I can't cope. I've got a really sore eye, but if we get any eye doctors that wants to message me, because I'm getting sick of getting sent up to the opticians to be sent to the eye hospital to be sent home. I went through right, so we all know Aileen's health hasn't been the best, and a lot of it, you could say it's Aileen's fault, but it's to do with my mental health, right? So obviously when you've got mental health issues, you don't necessarily take care of yourself, and I had an eating disorder. I was anorexic for over 15 years, heading towards 20 plus years. So obviously my body, it's took a hammering. It's gone through a lot, and I haven't fully opened up about that, and I'm not going to fully open up about it today either, because it's Christmas next week and I'm not doing that to myself or you. But it also means that in the future you're more susceptible for certain health conditions, because you have been so malnourished and you have put your body through whatever you've put your body through, whatever you've neglected to give your body, it catches up with you in the end. And to be honest with you, it caught up with me within a couple of years. So in my early 20s, it was, I can't remember, it's my ankle, I think it started, but that wasn't too bad. But then it was my knees were the worst, then it went to my hips, then blah blah blah, and now my full body doesn't work. We all know my mouth works. Keep your comments to yourself. Just don't say what you're thinking. I thought that as well. Don't think it, don't say it. Well, you can think it if you want, just don't say it out loud, okay? Stop, don't say it. Anyway, let's move on from that. So I have been passed from pillar to post, from clinics to doctors to whatever. But a couple of years ago, now I'm saying a couple of years ago, I can't remember if it was January past or the January before that. I need to look out the letter. And I went to rheumatology, and I really hope that doctor that I went to see in rheumatology is listening just now, because I have a few truths to tell you, by the way. That's me in my complaint mode. Yeah, so now I've been thinking to go to your rheumatology for very many years, probably over 10 years. Finally, so excited because I was finally getting listened to. Somebody was finally going to see me. I was in and out in 7 minutes, and that was include getting about 25 bottles of blood done, which by the way they lost half of them, just saying, and didn't think it was appropriate to redo them. Rude, bloody rude. So in my opinion, that wasn't the best experience. It definitely wasn't the experience I was thinking I was going to get. She asked me 3 questions, which didn't really have much to do with what I was there for. They could have helped because it might be an additional, symptom that you've got, but they wouldn't. The questions that she was asking was never going to determine a diagnosis. She didn't properly examine me. Now I was fully clothed. To see your skeletal body, whatever, without a full body x-ray, you obviously need to be unclothed, undressed. So through my clothing, she put one finger on the middle of my knee, tipped it once, same with the other knee, felt my finger, each finger once, and sent me on my merry way. And as I was walking out, because obviously I was going to get my bloods, she was passing me then on to the nurse to get my bloods done, and I said, so when do I come back for a follow-up appointment? Thinking, right, okay, that's fine, we'll get the bloods done, come back for the follow-up. She went, no, that's you. Discharged, gone, never to be seen again. So I was very disheartened, to say the least. Spoke to my doctor once she got a sort of letter in for the hospital for what they were saying and the BS the doctor was talking. I would name this doctor, but don't want sued. Although I did speak to somebody else yesterday who's seen the same doctor and got the exact same experience. And I was in tears because you're not asking for a lot. All you're asking for is the right help and support. And I wasn't getting that. I wasn't getting anything. My GP's amazing, to be fair. Like, she is brilliant. So I then asked her, because it is my right as a patient, to ask for a second opinion. I wanted a second opinion, and they wrote back and said, computer said no. They wrote back and said, sorry, she won't be getting a second opinion because the doctor has put in her notes that she's done an extensive examination, so nothing else can be done. I'm sorry, but when you're talking about somebody from head to toe and you you tip their knee as gently as possible, once on each knee, the same with your fingers, once on each finger, and don't actually ask any questions about background, etc., that is not an extensive examination. I hereby find you guilty, doctor. I'm sorry, I'm kidding on. But no, it's true though, she is guilty of 1, misleading the NHS, 2, not giving me the correct time, the correct sort of treatment, not even treatment because it wasn't even at a point of treatment, correct examinations, correct questioning, things like that, to determine if there was anything they can do for me. And because I'm not getting the help that I need, every part of my body is failing rapidly. I mean, obviously I can still get about, I can still work, I can still do certain things, but there is days where I can't. Hence why a lot of my work is online or over the phone. I do in person, but yeah. And I will keep working and I'll keep proving that I can do it, because I do I do feel, but this is only my opinion. Your opinion can be different, and you obviously know your body and whatever else different, but I do know that if I was to lie down to it, then I would rapidly get worse, and I would go into the poor me, self-pity, oh I can't do that, whatever else. At the minute I'm not at that stage where I can't do anything. I can still do things. Certain things are more difficult for me to do, but I can still do a lot, just not as much as I was able to do when I was 18. But I mean, that comes with age as well. Because none of us are getting any younger, just in case you've not noticed that yet. Which I keep pointing out to my son, who's going to be 18 on Saturday, and I'm like, oh, you're getting old now, son. You're becoming a man. So, that was my poor me story. It wasn't really a poor me story, it was just a wee story to let you know that, like, you can have things going on in your life, but you can still pursue your dreams. You can still keep going. You can still have that dream of moving abroad, or you can still have that dream of starting your own business, starting a family, You might need to take a different route, you might need extra support, you might, I don't know, have to look at it from a different way or slightly adapt it, or if you're moving abroad you maybe need to change to a different country. But there's always going to be a way for you to do the dreams, pursue your dreams. I mean, sometimes we just need to ask for a little bit of help, and that's not us failing, and that's not us being weak, that's us being human. And we need to remember that we are all human, we all hurt, we all need help, we all muddle through life. I mean, as you can tell, listen to me every week, I muddle through life on a different scale from others. I am a muddler. Oh, was there not a film and a programme about that, about muddlers? Was it Muddlers? That sounds familiar. I'm going to Google that. Not now because I can't be bothered. But yeah, there's always a way, and if you can't find your way, someone else will be able to find it for you. Because sometimes when you're so invested in something, whether it be your family, work, personal life, whatever, when you're so invested you don't always see what other people might see for you. So yeah, ask for that help, get that support, everybody come together. There's definitely a song about that, I know that. I'm not singing it though, because I definitely think I'll get sued for that one. But I think I would sing it better than them, just saying. And if you're a fan, don't come for me, I can't help it if I'm a good singer. And I'm just sorry, but I'm a good singer, I'm a comedian, I should be in panto. Listen, anybody that's taking anything that I'm saying about myself seriously, don't. I am my biggest not critic, yeah, critic as well. I am my biggest critic, but I'm also the first person to crack a joke about myself. I don't take life too seriously, to Helen's dismay. Helen's disappointment. I have never taken life seriously. Hence, being a single mother of 2 children. Okay, I just can't take it, I'm sorry. Oh, I feel as if I'm getting grounded here. I can feel you all go like that. We are judging you. We are coming for you. Listen, Linda, listen. I promise I'll try my best. I'll promise. I was going to say I'll promise I'll not do it again, but I can't make promises I can't keep, soz. And I don't tell lies. So that's on you, not on me. Anyway, let's stop talking about Aileen, because Aileen's head is full of mush. I think we're getting too close to Christmas. Aileen is very not serious at the minute, as you can tell by the fact that her English is not Englishing and her Scottish is very Scottishing. Us Scots don't put sentences together the way, in inverted commas, normal people do. I watched a TikTok the other day for a girl from Glasgow. I think she doesn't far too far from me. She doesn't live too far from me. Probably about 10-15 minutes. I don't know her. I've never spoke to her, but I watch her and I follow her. I really want her on the podcast, so I'm not naming her yet in case it doesn't happen. But she was talking about how we say things like "how no" instead of "why not." How? Why? What else do we do? Says who? Who said that? I mean, if you really dissect it, you'll understand what we're saying. But if you just listen and think that you know what we're talking about half the time, joke's on you. I used to always get into trouble off my dad when I was young, because he would say something to me or ask me a question and I would go, what? and answer the question straight away. And he'd go, Aileen, will you stop saying what? You know what I've said. And I'm like, what? You know what you done? Why would you answer the question? Like, why say what when you know what I've just asked you? Because you've answered me straight away, so you don't need to say what. And he would get so infuriated with me. Never stopped me from doing it though. Huh? What? Says who? Says me. Says you. I think that might be a song as well. It probably isn't. I'm having. Just to clarify for any non-Scottish out there, having means I'm talking absolute rubbish. I would rephrase that in a different way, but I just don't know my rules anymore. Life just isn't lifing today. Listen, I've had a migraine since last Wednesday or Thursday until yesterday. I mean, yesterday wasn't too bad because the migraine wasn't fully blown. I mean, I genuinely thought my head was going to splatter everywhere. Clearly it didn't, because you're still here. Listen to my dulcet tones, my amazing stories, the rubbish feeling just havers all day and all night. Could you imagine if I was on your radio and you're like, I'm not paying my TV licence anymore? I wouldn't be on the BBC anyway because they wouldn't allow me. I'm too much hard work, as Helen would say. I'm really getting sick of Helen, do you know that? She just wants to dampen my... She just wants to put a wee dampener on everything. I'm got to tell her. I mean, I do tell her. I tell her every day. I think what I need... See, I've got two pals, right? I mean, I've got more than two pals, but I've got two pals. One I've not spoke to for about 5 years. That I'm thinking about getting back in touch with. And by the way, if it's a real friend, no matter how long you have been non-communicative, that was a big word for me, wasn't it? If it's a real friend, they'll always welcome you back. Anyway, so I've got two friends. Obviously Danielle, you hear me talking about Danielle all the time, and another one, and I'm not going to name her purely because we're not in contact at the minute, so I don't want to like out her. But you know, that's the only two pals that will tell Helen exactly what I tell Helen. Lovely two pals. Nobody does it best like your best friends. Helen used to hate it when my other friend, the one that I don't talk to just now, and it wasn't that we fell out, it was just one of those things, timings and things like that. But Helen used to hate when me and her ganged up there because we were just trouble together. We've been friends since we were like 14, and then I think in fact, oh no, wait a minute, have I told you yet, or was it on one of the Christmas boys? Right, there's a story, and I don't know if I've already told you or if it's in my next life. Do you know how my podcasts that are in the future that I've already recorded that are confusing me? I don't know if it's in one of them or if it was in last week's, but I think it might be in last week's. And I was talking about my friend at my 21st, and she fell down all the stairs and never spilt a drop of her drink. Plus she had to climb she didn't have to climb a fence, she did climb a fence to throw her back at a pagoda. I can't cope. My pals are mental. It's her. She would phone me during the week if she knew I was in Helen's. And what we used to do is if we went out on a Saturday night and Helen was babysitting for me, by the way, anybody that doesn't know Helen's my mum, but I call her Helen because it annoys her, and I like to annoy people. Well, not people, my mother. Just Helen. I just like annoying Helen because it's so bloody easy. But we would completely destroy that woman. She just had nothing left in her, so she would phone me during the week if she knew I was in Helen's, and she'd be like, Helen, we're going out the weekend, you're babysitting? And she'd just ignore her. And then she'd say, Helen, I can feel you rolling your eyes at me. Or she would phone and she'd say, Helen, I'm coming up at the weekend, you make me a fry up on Sunday. Because that was the thing. Helen would babysit for me on a Saturday night, and then me and this pal would go around the Sunday to get our hangover cured, which was our fry up. But I had to be ready for us going round because there's none of this waiting about. We're not into that. Oh, I can't cope with some of the stories. But yeah, we that poor woman, I don't even know how she's still mentally sane. Oh, God love her. Because nobody else will. I cannot. Oh, I'm going straight to the big burny fire and I can't wait. So yes, I think I'm going to end it here because I need to audit. Oh, my words aren't wording, are they? So I need to edit this, have it scheduled so that it goes out at 7 o'clock, because I actually won't be home at 7 o'clock. I will be somewhere else in Glasgow pushing Helen down a hill. I mean, I won't be because there's no hills where we're going, but sounds good, doesn't it? So if you have a mother who's very easily offended or doesn't take a joke, be like Aileen and treat your mother like Helen. It's great fun, honestly. Best fun ever. Tell him I'm panel. Anyway, I am going to go because I have too much to do in the next hour or so, and I will speak to you all soon. Remember the 22nd of December. That was good, wasn't it? So Sunday, so this one obviously goes out 7 o'clock tonight. Wednesday the something, Wednesday the 18th of December, and then Sunday the 22nd of December you will have my dulcet tones from 7 a.m. So I will be available. No, that sounds wrong. Oh my God, I've done it again, Hannah. It's the mouth again. Really, back about 10 minutes ago. Really, rewind. So from the 22nd of December, which is this Sunday, you will have 2 weeks worth of podcasts, one a day for 2 weeks, and they will be available from 7 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time, is that right? GMT, British time, UK time, London time, whatever you want to call it, because I don't know where in the world you are, but 7. Although I do think the audio ones might go up at 7 o'clock wherever you are, but that technology stuff confuses me, so I'm not too sure, but it's definitely 7 o'clock my time, maybe not your time. So 7 a.m. every day from 22nd of December to the 5th of January, inclusive of those dates, and then on the 8th of January we'll go back to 7 p.m. on a Wednesday. That is the Wednesday, the 8th, but you know what I mean, I'm getting myself confused. Listen, it's just time for Aileen to go into it. Go and annoy Helen. So enjoy the rest of your week. If anybody needs any support, any help, whether it be mentally, emotionally, not physically, because I can't physically help anybody, as in physically. I'm doing a wee dance here. I can't do that. I can help you mentally and emotionally and businessy in a lot of ways, but I just can't help you physically, I'm sorry. And I'm not going to uni for 7 years for that, because I've not got the brains or the capacity or the time. Soz, just being honest. But yeah, if anybody needs any support or wants a wee chat or wants to know where to go or wants some advice, anything like that, if you want to contact myself to do with my therapy business, which obviously offers counselling, coaching, which is business coaching, life coaching, wellness coaching, hoppy ear candling, Indian head massage, cupping massage therapy, or hot stone massage, then yeah, just give me a wee holla and I will give you my details, or we can sort it through email, here, DM, whatever. Listen, you do you, I do me, and go and enjoy the rest of your week. Take care, and if I don't speak to you, enjoy your Christmas. And if you're feeling lonely on Christmas Day, and this is genuine, I know I've been joking a lot in this episode, but just to be joke. But this is serious. If you are feeling lonely on Christmas Day, and this is the last podcast that you listen to until whenever, then please, 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 on Christmas Day, if you're feeling lonely, message the page and I will contact yourself and we'll have a wee chat. And you'll at least have one person to speak to on Christmas Day. I might cheer you up, I might not. I'll try my best, but we'll talk. But yeah, take care of yourselves. If you need support, ask for it. If you need help, ask for it. If you need advice, ask for it. But most importantly, enjoy the next few days, and I will hopefully speak to you all soon. Take care. Bye bye.